Hey there, my name's Bren Vanderswag. I'm the president of GutterExperts.com and the founder of GutterCon, held in Denver, Colorado, just the first part of May 2022. I'd like to introduce my guest for today, Vitaliy Voloshin. He's checking in today from Clackamas, is that right? Clackamas, Oregon, on the West Coast. His family has been in the gutter install business since the 1990s, and his father, Alexander, opened Royal Gutters in 1999. And Vitaliy runs a gutter supply shop called GutterAll since 2020. I met Vitaliy at GutterCon just a month ago, and he was the proud winner of the gutter machine that we gave away. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting that, but
well,
probably my biggest win.
Yeah. Well, it was my biggest giveaway, that's for sure. So listen, I usually kind of start by talking about when people started in their work career, but just before we jumped on this call, you obviously have a European last name and a little slight accent. And I asked you where you were from. I kind of caught it as a Russian accent, I thought, but you're actually Ukrainian. So with everything that's happening over there right now, I thought I'd just ask you a couple things about that. When did you come over to America from Ukraine?
In 1992.
1992. So it sounds like as soon as you got over here, your dad got in the gutter business.
Pretty much. He started, I think, 93, 94, something like that.
Oh yeah. And was he in the gutter business in Europe?
Nope.
No. Okay. So just
he
happened
was a coal miner for the most part.
Coal miner. Okay. So
he was like an electrician down there or something like that.
Gotcha. In Ukraine.
Yep.
Okay. So you came over when you were 4 years old.
Yep.
You probably don't remember any of it, do you?
Not very much. I have some faint memories here and there, but that's about it.
Have you ever been back over?
Never.
No? Okay. So you're pretty much American.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I got to ask you, with everything that's going on over there, are you like rah Putin, or are you like kind of against it?
No, definitely not. War is never a good thing. I don't know too much about Zelensky or Putin. Whatever you see on the news is what I know.
Yeah.
But the people always suffer, and it's never good.
Yeah, it seems like, from what I hear or see, obviously Putin's trying to, make it sound like there's a lot of Ukrainians that want to be part of Russia, and there may very well be Ukrainians that want to be part of Russia, but I think maybe the way he's going about it's not so good, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of language overlap. When you mentioned I have a Russian accent, it's because I speak Russian, even though I was born in Ukraine.
Yeah. So is Russian and Ukraine the same language? Like, do Ukrainians speak Russian?
It's similar. It's sort of like English and American. It's kind of, you got some overlapping words, but it's similar.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And has the conflict affected your family directly? You must have some family over there. How is it affecting your family?
Like, my family here hasn't affected us. I do have cousins there.
Yeah.
They seem to be okay.
Yeah. Are they in the war zone, or are they out of that area?
No, they're out of that area.
Okay, good. Well, it's like you said, war is never good, and there's a lot of people hurting because of it. So wish the best for your family. Exactly. So when did you get started in your dad's gutter business then?
Pretty much from day one, grade school.
Really?
I remember doing I don't know how, maybe it was just a coincidence, but my second grade teacher, we ended up doing some gutter work for her, and I kind of showed up. So I started really early.
In grade 2?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow. That's pretty early for sure. Geez, I didn't even do that with my son. I should have.
Pretty much every summer I would help out.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. And so your dad, is he still in the business today?
He's not. He he didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to kind of get out of it and do what he wants to do.
Yeah. So what's he doing now?
Just freelance, just enjoying life, I guess. He likes to build stuff. He built out a property in Hawaii, and he just keeps adding on to the house and just doing little sheds, and he likes
Oh, no.
building and keeping himself busy.
Yeah. Is he in Hawaii or is he in Oregon?
I think he's in Hawaii right now.
Oh, okay. So he goes over there or he lives there?
He has a residence there, so he lives there, but he comes visits here in Oregon.
Oh, I see. Okay. So do you get over to Hawaii much?
I just came back a few weeks ago,
It's
but not from
probably not much of a, how long of a plane ride is it from where you are?
6 hours.
Oh, so it's still it's quite far.
Yep.
It's like flying across, it's farther than flying across the country.
It is probably, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say about the same.
Okay. Well, I can certainly attest to that because when I flew to Denver, it took me like 13 hours altogether. We had to take a couple flights. So it was quite a ways across. It's a big country, isn't it?
Yep.
So, so how long did you install full time for your dad's gutter? Did you work for your dad or like who? Let me ask you this. So I think you said your brothers run the business now?
Exactly. I'd say it was more of a family deal because of my dad's language barrier.
Yeah.
It was my brother Tony that kind of really pushed on it and started it.
Yeah.
He's a few years older than me.
Yeah.
But I have a total of 6 brothers. So it was a kind of a brotherly business.
Yeah. And are you the youngest?
No. I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle. Okay. So are your younger brothers in the business?
Yeah, they are. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have 6 brothers in the business?
5 actually. One kind of moved away.
Okay. And do you have any sisters too, or is it just 6 boys?
No
7
sisters.
boys?
6.
6 boys.
I was including myself. Yeah. So
Okay.
6 total.
And then there's 4 in the business still working the business.
4 other ones.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And so when you came out of high school, were you just working full time, or did you go to university or college or anything?
I went to a college for a year or 2. I
Yeah.
kind of dropped out. I didn't feel like it was challenging enough or whatever. And I started a roofing business actually.
Oh yeah.
That went on for 2 years and I kind of lost the passion for it. And then I started a car dealership after that.
Okay.
And I was still helping out in the gutter business as much as I could.
Yeah. What kind of cars you sell? Like just used cars?
Just used cars, yeah. But I try to change the way we were doing cars. I didn't want to be like that used car salesman thing. We kind of had like a warehouse off the main streets. And we didn't have those like colorful flags or whatever.
Yeah.
It was more like an internet-based company where we sold online.
Oh, I see. Okay. And you got out of that too, or are you still doing that?
Technically failed at it.
Oh yeah, didn't work out.
I mean, it's okay to fail. So basically it kind of winded down over the years.
Yeah.
It was a tough business because it's very competitive. Any business will be, but you really have to have your financing set up, your warranty set up. You got to have all those ducks in a row.
Yeah.
And being on your own, it's kind of tough.
Yeah. And are you a mechanic at all, or were you just owning a car business? You had to hire people for that.
Just hired people for that. Definitely not a mechanic. I can change the oil and
that's it.
Change a tire. That's about it.
Yeah. So you got out of that and went back to the gutter business then?
Exactly. I said, you know what, let me just put all into this business and let's see where it takes us.
Okay. So how long were you back in the business before you left and started your own thing again?
About 5 years.
Yeah. And you saw the need for another supply shop. Why? Like what got you into the supply business? Just because you thought you could make a bunch of money off your brothers?
Exactly. I was going to scam them out of all their money. There was definitely not a supplier in our area.
Okay.
I mean, With
I'm gonna
by
look at,
area, I mean like within a 15-mile range, there was nothing in our area.
yeah. How do you, I'm just gonna look, how do you spell the CLACK?
A clackamas, CLACKAMAS, clackamas.
Okay, there. I'm gonna just take
But
a
if you're
look.
trying to find GutterAll, it's gutterall.com.
Okay. Yeah, just trying to get a sense of where you are. So you're just outside of Portland.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So it shows here, what's that? How far of a drive? You wouldn't be that far to get to city center of Portland, would you? Within the hour?
Oh, within 30 minutes. Well, it
Oh,
depends on
really?
traffic, but 15 minutes, no traffic, 30 minutes with traffic.
Okay. I see a name here, Happy Valley. Is it really, really happy there?
It's super happy.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes from here, and they just called it Happy Valley. I don't know why, but
Mhm. Okay. So obviously there must be suppliers in Portland, of course, right?
definitely, of course.
Yeah. And Vancouver, is that a Canadian city? That's a Canadian city just across the water there. Is that correct?
So it's actually there's a Vancouver, and I
No.
think it's
Okay.
British
Yes.
Columbia, Canada.
So
But
it's
there's a Vancouver,
Washington, I
Washington.
guess. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I see now. Yeah. You're not quite. Washington is between, is the state that borders Canada, British Columbia, obviously.
Yep.
Okay. So you have suppliers in Portland, and do you have much for competition out your way as far as gutter installers? Like, are there many gutter companies down your way, or they base themselves out of Portland?
I would say no. They're right. Most of the companies are going to be outside of Portland,
Yeah.
just because of the cost of living or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, there's competition, of course.
Yeah. And but there was no supply shop out your way, so that's why you started the supply store.
That was one of the reasons. Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
no supply house here, and I just wanted to provide something that was different in my area. Like the suppliers here, they're not even open on the weekends, for example.
Yeah, we were chatting the other day. Tell us a little bit about your business, GutterAll.
So I'm open technically 24/7. So I run my business remotely a lot of times. I do all my business from my phone. All of my doors open remotely, cameras, whatever. There's a list of loyal customers that I have, that I trust, and I let them into the store when nobody's here.
So I could call you like on a Friday night. I
Yep.
didn't finish my job early enough to hit the supply store, so I could call you Friday night at 9 o'clock and say, Vitaliy, I need to get in. I need a coil and some end caps, and you're gonna explain how it works. I call you, and then you just open the door.
Call or text me. Yep, and I will basically open the door for you, and you get in. Everything in my store is organized, kind of like a hardware store.
Yeah.
So everything's labeled, everything's organized. So it's fairly easy to find.
Yeah. So
it's
so it's just like a grocery store. You go in, get what you need, and what do? They fill out a form, or they tell you, like, how do you know what they take?
They'll either FaceTime me saying, "Oh, look, this is what I took," but I got cameras on every angle. I trust them. They can send me a picture of the shopping cart.
Yeah.
They wouldn't dare take anything extra.
Yeah, well, they don't want to take it. They wouldn't want to, damage that relationship, because then they never be able to pick up gutters at 9 o'clock at night again, right?
Exactly. No, I can sniff out the bad ones, and I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah, yeah. So there's some people that do, and some people that have to come during regular business hours. So do you have regular business hours? Like, are you open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5?
7 to 4.
7 to
a.m.
4.
to 4 p.m. usually.
Okay.
Usually, yeah.
And so it's not always come in and shop for yourself. It's, you run a regular business too.
Yeah, no, I have set hours, of course.
Okay. So are you calling from your warehouse right now?
I am, yeah.
Okay. So are you on a phone? Can you walk around a little bit and show us?
I could do a quick tour if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, give us a tour. I said earlier, it looked like you were in a casino. I saw a big wheel there. I thought you had a big spinning wheel. What the heck is that?
Oh, I was just trying to like entice customers and give out prizes or whatever.
Well, now you know why I thought you were in a casino. Geez, you've got a pretty big area there.
Yeah, it's pretty large. I sell everything. I put all my parts on the wall.
Very nice. Can you just stand back and turn around a little bit? We see that board? Oh yeah, okay. So everything's all there. So even if a homeowner wanted to come in, I mean, would you get many homeowners that come in, or really just other gutter guys?
No, I do. I have a lot of homeowners walk in. I try to deal with homeowners online only.
Yeah.
Just because they don't purchase a lot, and it's easier just to do it online.
So, boy, you got a lot of coil there, different colors. I guess you do roll off there.
Pretty much every color. I have it organized,
Wow.
I just decided that it'd be a waste of time to load a new coil on the racks each time.
Yeah.
So I made a spot for every color.
Very nice. Wow. Yeah, and you have an unwinder or a coiler machine?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And would they do that themselves too?
I had a couple guys do that themselves. Yeah.
Okay. And if they want to, I mean, most gutter guys would probably want a full roll of white or black or whatever. I mean, you have full rolls there that they can grab too, do you?
I do. Usually they're not wanting like a full roll on the weekends or whatever. They just need a few parts to finish the job, like you were telling me.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. You got a lot of stuff in there.
Got everything organized this way. And then if they want a zip screw or paint, whatever, it's all here, all the parts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you don't have to give me a number, but I mean, what kind of dollar volume do you have in
inventory?
Inventory. I mean, that's quite a bit.
Over $1 million, I would say.
Yeah. I was going to say 500,000 for sure, but I don't think
500,000, no less, for sure. Yep.
Wow. Well, that's pretty neat. So does any other suppliers do this sort of, the way you
Absolutely
do it?
not.
I've never heard of it.
Not. Absolutely not.
It's
the only way to compete. The only way to compete is to be different.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I totally agree with you there. All right. Just getting back to your family business, what sort of gutters do they install?
Pretty much specialize in everything. Modern box gutters, half round.
Okay. So they have a 6-inch or they have a European box machine?
Not currently. We just kind of make the 20-foot sections.
Oh, yes, I see. Okay. Gotcha.
Most of the times people want specific looks. They want this style or this size. So we haven't invested in a machine yet. But
okay. Gotcha. But you get all that stuff in, and you certainly install it.
Absolutely. Yep.
So would you sell those 20-foot sections in your store?
I would. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many different styles of gutter do you sell in the store?
For standard sizes or custom sizes would be unlimited, but for standard sizes, 6 or 7.
Okay. So as a store, I mean, you don't have the machines there, do you? Like you bring it in. Okay. I got you.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And the store, how's things going? You've been in business 2 years. You've got a nice little group of guys that you know and trust, and you can let them in on the weekends. I mean, what's the next step for GutterAll? It's almost sounds like you've got everything all there. I
do. The next steps, just keep hacking away at it.
Yeah, just keep building your customer base, right?
Keep going. I think the biggest issue is there's not a shortage of customers, there's a shortage of material.
Oh, I see.
There's plenty of customers that would call in needing help getting something because they're having trouble getting at their suppliers.
Yeah.
So definitely no shortage of customers.
Yeah. So would you say, they pay a premium to buy from you, or are you pretty standard pricing across the board with other companies? Must be a little bit of a premium.
Slight premium, correct. I try to be competitive. I'm competitive on most things.
Yeah.
But guys are willing to pay a premium.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you go to 7-Eleven, you're willing to pay that extra 50 cents for the convenience or the
Yeah,
speed.
exactly.
I hear all the time that usually I'm the fastest as far as fulfilling the orders.
Yeah.
Guys are not waiting around more than 15 minutes here.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So is this a business that you run pretty much by yourself, or do you have some staff?
Oh, it wouldn't be possible to run a place like this by myself. No, I
Yeah.
definitely have people here.
Some warehouse people.
Exactly.
And how far, like, where does all your product come from? Like, you know, you're mainly a reseller. You don't, you're not a manufacturer at all, are you?
No,
Yeah.
basically reseller.
Yeah. So it come
They're
from
not.
all in America, or would you bring stuff in from overseas?
I don't bring anything from overseas, but I'm sure there are parts here that are from overseas, but I don't bring anything from. It's
Yeah.
all here from the United States.
Okay. And are there, I guess you have multiple suppliers that you would deal with to get all these types of parts, right?
Yeah, correct. I mean, there's one main supplier where everything comes from, but there's things that in here that obviously have to come from other places.
Yeah, right. So do you get into round downspouts also?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All that stuff.
Yep.
And you sell copper products and stuff like that too?
Copper, yes. There's right now there's a huge shortage of copper, so it's tough to come by, but
Yeah.
definitely sell copper.
What's the biggest issue you're having right now with supply? Like up here in Canada, I mean, one thing we were waiting for this week, I couldn't believe it, but we're waiting for some leaf guard product, which that hardly ever happens. We've kind of run out of black coil here and there, but for the most part, we haven't had too many issues. Not it doesn't seem like we have compared to you guys down the States. So as a reseller, like what are the big ticket items that you're always waiting on and having to tell your customers we just don't have it?
Well, definitely black. Black has been popular over the years, and just black coil, black downspout.
Yeah.
You got to order in quantities like you're ordering white.
Wow.
So I haven't had any trouble with gutter guards. It's mainly black coil, some of the downspout and gutter coil, but brackets, everything else is stabilized now. Yep.
Okay, good. And when was the biggest problem for you? Just like everyone else, I guess, you know, last spring and last summer, huh?
Really just 2020, I can't believe it, but it was basically all of 2021.
Yeah.
All of last year was just,
yeah. And are you guys, it's kind of a rainy state, isn't it? Is it like Washington, or is it a little bit more sunshine where you are?
No, Washington, like our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Nope, it's about the same. We get a lot of rain.
So the gutter business is there's a lot of gutter guys.
Absolutely. It actually rained all week here in June. It's summer, but it just rained all week.
Wow.
And when it rains, it's not like a hard rain. It's just like a little mist all day long. Just
yeah. So you'd still go out and work in that, I guess, wouldn't you?
If you didn't, you'd be out of business. You kind of have to get the rain gear, get everything, and just go do it.
Yeah, like I don't think any of my guys are watching this, but they're all made out of sugar. Like as soon as the first drop comes, oh, packing up, we're heading home. I can't work in the rain.
I mean, I don't know the statistics off the top of my head, but it's like 60 or 70% of the year is just rain and clouds. So
why would you live there?
You'd be sitting home quite often if you did that.
Oh, I couldn't handle it. Well, cool. So so you, like I said earlier, we met at GutterCon. So what did you think of GutterCon?
The first.
Well, obviously you loved it because you won a gutter machine.
Exactly. Now I love it even more. No, I mean the first I heard of it, I was like, I gotta go to that because I like to be part of the community and everything. So
yeah, I think the one thing you and I were kind of chatting about was that you just didn't hear about it until like a couple weeks before that. So I mean, obviously we have to do a better job at you know, advertising for 2023, and we're going to do that. But I'm glad that you found out about us. How did you find out about us?
I have a friend that lives in Denver.
Yeah.
Just a coincidence that it was held in Denver, but
Yeah.
like, are you going to this? I'm like, that was the first time I heard about it. And that was like 2 weeks before the event, or 2-3 weeks.
Is he in the gutter business?
He is, yeah.
Did he come to GutterCon?
He stopped by, but he apparently had a wedding to go to that he didn't, he had an overlapping schedule. He didn't realize it.
Okay.
So he couldn't stay.
I don't think there was anyone from Denver there, believe it or not. I'll have to double check my list, but I'm pretty sure there was no one from Denver. Maybe a couple from Colorado, but no one from Denver. So I did, when I was driving from the airport, I did see a couple gutter trucks going out. So they definitely have gutters there for sure.
No, they do, of course.
Yeah. So what did you think overall about it? Pretty happy with everyone that you met and had fun there, did you?
Absolutely. I think one of the highlights is just meeting people, honestly, and all the extracurricular activities you guys had. That was, I mean, Denver is amazing, especially that concert we went to.
Oh yeah,
Red Rocks.
Red Rocks, yeah,
that place
was awesome.
Is just out of this world. If you missed it, I'm sorry, but that was the highlight.
I know. I'm actually we're just in the beginning stages of planning for next year where we're going to do it, and I'm like, how are we going to top the first year? It's going to be so hard to top it because it just was so good, right? And like I said, the extracurricular activities were good. That first night we had, I know you weren't there, but we went to that NHL game. We had the Skybox. That was just. I'm not even a hockey fan. I know from Canada I should be, but and the star of the Avalanche team is actually from my hometown, Nathan McKinnon. He's from here.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I think they're still in the series. They're going to the Stanley Cup this year. I think, maybe not. Like I said, I don't really pay too much attention to it, but I think they're still in the finals. Yeah, so we'll probably be making an announcement sometime soon about where we're going to do it. I would say probably hope to have that kind of finalized for August, and then we'll start making plans on a date. But we're thinking probably right in around March sometime in 2023. So okay, well listen.
I'll do what I can to get the word out. At my store here.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one thing we do have to do is contact more suppliers. And try to get them involved and let their people know that that's going on. So that's going to be a good way to do it for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, well listen, thanks a lot for taking your Saturday morning. I know it was early for you. Are you open on Saturdays?
Not on paper. I took it off the website, but I am here a lot of times in the mornings. Yep.
Yeah. So you probably have some guys starting to show up there soon, huh?
I believe.
What is it, 6:48 there now?
6:48 a.m. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. And I know we're going to be chatting again in the near future for sure. So thanks a lot.
All right, Bren. You take care.
Okay.